Hi, and welcome to The Seat We Fill, the podcast about people, places, and moments that shape us. I'm Adam. I like to identify as a writer, Evertonian, Scouser, and someone who believes stories matter, whether talking a football seat, care setting, or kitchen table. We're not shouting at clouds or giving false narratives. It's about honesty, community, and conversations that actually mean something. So, wherever you're listening from, get the kettle on, get comfy, and let's have a chat. Today's amazing guest is actress, dancer, singer, impressionist, TikTok creator, Evertonian, and the voice behind The Seat Left Empty. If Millie wasn't fictional, she would be Charlotte Northover. Hi,
Hello.
Charlotte.
Hi, how are you?
I'm brilliant. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. I'm good.
So, before we start, I'm going to get out all the questions that you normally get out the way. So, are you
Okay,
Scouse?
I am. Yes,
Yeah,
I
you're not a wool.
promise.
You are from Egbert. You are Scouse. You support
Yeah.
Everton.
Yes, yes,
You go to Everton matches. You go the
I
men. You
do.
go the women's.
Mhm.
You are
Tick tick.
single. That's another question you always get.
Yes, I am single. Yeah,
And you are a really nice and approachable person.
I'd like to think so. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I've known you a few months, and we've been chatting regularly and all that, and you really are. So it's like, but these are the stupid questions that you seem to get a
Yeah.
lot
They're
doing your
not
TikTok.
stupid. They're not stupid. I guess if you've never met me before and you don't know who I am, and you've never met anyone from Liverpool, and you only see
Mhm.
the like streamlined media like Paddy Pimblett, Stephen Gerrard, Jamie Carragher. I don't
Yeah,
sound like them. So obviously you're gonna say like, oh, she's not actually from Liverpool. So I get it. So
I think some of them are stupid. I'm going to stick with because some of them you can see they're just doing it to wind you up. Uh, and we know them ones are who are they are and what they come out with and the crap that they try and say. So,
yeah.
but we've got that cleared up, so no one needs to ask about that. And we know you're Scouse and we know you're an Evertonian, and they're the things that matter most.
Exactly. Yeah.
So what have you been up to recently? Anything good going on? I've saw a lot of you've done your Bake Off challenge with a lot of Liverpool creators, which looked
Yeah.
really funny and good.
Yeah, so that was with Spotlight Media, and we were raising money for Alder Hay and Zoe's
Mhm.
Place, all really important,
Yeah,
like Liverpool-based, like children's charities. And so it meant a lot being asked to do that because I still don't really like to call myself like a content creator, but it was so cool to be in the same room with like all these really successful Liverpool-based like creators and just do something creative all for the same cause kind of thing.
and you say you don't see yourself creator, but most people in Liverpool know who you are now. They've all heard of you and know you. I had someone knock on my door yesterday trying to sell me EE, like for new internet lines, and he
Yeah.
was saying like, oh. And my dog came out and he was like, "What's your dog's name?" So I was like, "Rupert." And he was like, "Oh, was that, you're an Everton or Liverpool fan?" I'm like, "Well, my dog's called Rupert, so obviously I'm an Everton fan." And he was like, "Oh, I'm an Everton fan." We were talking and I was talking about my book. And I said, Charlotte Northover done the audio book. And he was like, "Charlotte, she's on Toffee TV, isn't she? She does this and that." I'm like, "Yeah, she's brilliant and all that." And he was like, "Yeah, she's really good at it." And yeah, a lot of people just know you.
Wow, I'm honored. Honestly, I'm flattered.
I think it was that company, I can't remember what they were called, that you got the corset top from, and they called
Oh
you
yeah,
Queen of Goodison or something, Queen of Everton.
they call me the Queen of Everton. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a role that I'd love to carry. It's really nice, and it's been so sudden. Like I've only really started doing it in like August, the
Mhm.
football content, and it's just really picked up. It's just done really well, and honestly, it wouldn't have happened without all the Everton fans like supporting me as well. So I owe a lot to Everton and Everton fans.
Yeah, and I've said the same about my books, not the Everton fans are just boss with
Amazing.
this kind of stuff, like, there's so many people who've, like, Toffee TV and Blue Room and John Torture Toffee and all them, they just get behind you and just push you
Yeah. It is
and wanna
amazing,
see
the
you succeed.
community. Mm.
Yeah. 'Cause mine was about August when I put the book out, and then I started seeing your content about it and stuff, and I was like, "That's who I need to read my audio book," and just reached out to you, and thankfully you've done it, and yeah, it's brilliant, I love it.
Yeah. I've heard people say how much they love the audiobook and how the voice is just right and stuff, and it's honestly, it's so amazing to hear stuff like that and hear the feedback. It is great.
Yeah, it is. It did all just kind of fit in well there with timing and
Mm.
everything and just
Yeah, it's like fate.
so let's get into the questions that we've got. So, what's your one word to describe Liverpool? How would you describe the city?
Proud.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I think Liverpool is one of the most proud places, and even, in the parts where it's not maybe so perfect, it's still people's
Hmm.
history, and Liverpool has come back from some of the lowest points. Like, people have tried to get rid of Liverpool so many times,
Hmm.
and we have still managed to always come back, and we're still one of the, like, most impressive, beautiful cities in the country easily, and it's so busy and popular. And considering everything that's happened to us with our history and everything, and media being painted in such a bad way, we have come back, and I think we are so proud of it.
And yeah, I mean, I totally agree. That's one of the reasons why I've started this podcast and like getting people on to show the amazing people and everyone I've had on so far. And I've got lines up of just brilliant, proud people who like I'm honoured to speak to and get to know and that. Um, but yeah, the whole history of where we've been, where we've come from, digging ourselves up, it's like that's it, isn't it? They're just proud
Yeah,
people and
that's literally the best way you can wrap it up. Is like, we are proud, even if we're not perfect. We've got good reason. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah, yeah. Do you think when you look, because you spent a lot of time outside the city doing different projects and you lived in Brighton for a while doing uni,
yeah.
do you think other people outside the city realise why we're like we are and why we're proud, or do you have to explain a lot of it?
Um, a lot of the time I was defending Liverpool, I met loads
Mhm.
of people who had never been, and when I said, "Oh, I'm from Liverpool," they would be very quick to judge, even though
Yeah.
they haven't ever been there. They've only seen what the media like to post about it, which is a shame, because people do choose to focus on the negative side. I know I do. Like, I'm terrible for
Hmm.
focusing on the negative side of stuff, especially online. So I don't get annoyed with people. I just think, like, don't judge a place before you've been there, and don't judge it
Yeah.
from, like, some people that you see online talking about it and talking about Liverpool.
I think it's weird, isn't it? Because like loads of people will say straight away, "Oh, Liverpool this, Liverpool that," and they've never been there. And a lot of people who have been here on like stag tours and whatever, they always come back saying, "Oh, it's a boss night out. Everyone's boss. Everyone's like said sounds and lovely."
Yeah.
Not
I've
using them
like
words because they're Scouse words, but words that they would
Yeah,
use to describe it.
yeah, I've had so many people say what a friendly city it is. Like, so many people, who have been, they say, like, "Oh, it's crazy because people are so friendly and you just wouldn't get that down here." And, I get a lot weirdly, I get, "Oh, you've got a Scouse accent, but it's a nice Scouse accent." I'm like, never know really what that means. I'm like, o okay, like, thank you. I don't know whether to take that as a compliment or not. And I just think people hear the accent and think, like, "Oh, I'm gonna switch off," like I don't, and it's
Yeah.
automatically associated with, like, this chabby kind of image, and it's just not true.
And it's not, there's loads of different we talk about this in other episodes where like there's loads of different dialects to Scouse and it's like different in every part.
Yeah.
You're like I'm North Liverpool, you're South Liverpool. Um and obviously you went to like acting school and university and everything come down south, so you've had to probably work on your pronunciation a bit more as well to get that kind of because they still don't really like local dialect in a lot of
No, I got a lot of, some people find it charming, but when I first went to drama school in Brighton, a lot of people would struggle to understand me, which is
Mhm.
crazy because I don't think I even have that strong an accent. I was told to slow down a lot, and I'm like traditionally, classically trained in singing. So I'd go in and I'd introduce myself and say what my song is for like auditions and stuff. And then a completely different voice would come out, this traditional, legit sound.
Mhm.
And obviously, I would never sing in a Scouse accent. And some people found it like bizarre, like it really jarred them. and they were like, "I just can't unhear the person who came in originally," and it's like
Mm,
2 different people, and people really struggle to see that what like, a voice can have such flexibility with sound and what can come out because
mhm.
I did like a lot of opera and classical singing. And then when you hear my voice now, you would never say like, oh, she's a classical singer. I don't know. And some people found it really interesting and some people found it really jarring, like they couldn't wrap their head around it. So
And that's their issue though, isn't it? It's like, get over yourself. It's, you need to
I
be
mean
able
I
to,
can't change it, can I? Yeah,
you know.
exactly. But
I was talking about it the other day with someone, like, there's a person who's got a perception of me from things that they want, and it's like, well, it's your perception, it's not my reality. You're only one person, so get over
yeah,
yourself. Like, either move forward or just don't deal with me. I'm not bothered.
yeah. I mean I get a lot of hate online and it's just like just don't watch it and just skip it.
Yeah.
Like taking the time to comment on it, and you're only trying to upset me. It's clearly affecting you more than it is me, so just ignore it, kind of thing.
And the thing is, because I'm actually writing a new book, and it's going to be loosely based around the experience of a female TikTok creator who's an Everton fan, and we've talked about it, and it's I use a lot of the stuff that you guys said that's going to be going into that, and how that gets like put out there in that narrative by them idiots who do that stuff. Some of it's pretty vile, and some of it's like really nasty. Just like, why would you even bother? It's not as if your content is going out to offend and piss people off. Your content's comedy, and it's
Yeah,
like very. It's not even an offensive comedy.
I see. Unfortunately, I see a lot of men do similar content to what
Hmm.
I do, and they get a lot of praise for it. And then when they see a woman do it, they just don't like. Unfortunately, we're entering like a new wave of misogyny, and that's come about from the likes of like Donald Trump, Andrew Tate,
Hmm.
all those types of people, and social media has given them a voice to influence more vulnerable people online who then want to share that ideology that women are the problem and not
Hmm.
men. So even though I am making very similar content to men who are being praised for it, they just have they don't have a problem with what I'm saying. It's just like the fact that a woman is saying it. It's how I see it anyway.
I will say, because obviously I do know the male content, and I speak to them about the same. They do get shit, but it's a different type of shit.
Yeah,
Um, they get shit, so like about it's more the football kinds of you're an Evertonian prick kind of thing, where yours is it's not based on who you support or what you're saying. It's based on you're a woman talking about a woman. Like I had one where I'd done a video about the poverty chanting and got told to fuck off and watch the women's game because I don't like banter. Um, and you can imagine my kind of response to that because
yeah,
I love going back and just shooting them down. Um, but yeah, I do go to women's matches and I still have banter. So like, you've got no argument there.
no, definitely. I
It's
think
it's very strange.
it's just that their argument is you're woke if you watch women's football, and that's just such a medieval way to look at it
Hmm.
because it's on the media, loads of people are talking about it. Just give up. If you're trying to cancel women's football, you are wasting your time because it's too far gone. So
Yeah, and it is rising slowly, but it is getting more coverage and more media attention, and more people talking about it. And I done a
definitely.
video last week about the Chloe Kelly thing 'cause I just don't understand why everyone goes on saying she's so cringe about how she's acting, but yeah, the likes of Jack Grealish will do the same, and it's like, oh, that's the banter, and all. I just don't get
Yeah.
where that comes from.
Mm. I hate it, but it's just something that I'm sure Chloe Kelly is unfortunately used to, and I think she's probably just happy that people are talking about her and talking about a woman
Yeah.
footballer because what, like 20 years ago, maybe even 10 years ago, people wouldn't have even taken notice of it. So
Yeah, I mean, I've dipped in and out of the women's game a lot because and it is only just because it's Everton I support. And I've said this to other people, if you're an Everton fan, you should support Everton as the club, not just
Yeah,
Everton who play Hill Dixon. Now, um, but I've dipped in and out over the years and kind of semi-followed it, and it's only this year where it's like they're at Goodison and my son wants to go to the match and I'm not going against the men, so I see it as a great way of introducing them to the game and to the sport. And hopefully, when he moves forward and he goes to men's games, we do get him a ticket, he'll carry on doing that because I'm enjoying it. I meet loads of really good people. The banter is different at the matches. It is less hostile. Uh, and I find it a completely different experience to when I go to Hill Dickinson or to last year's Goodison, say.
yeah. I think the
But not a
players.
bad one, to be fair. I'd really
Well,
enjoy it.
yeah, it's more of a community. I feel like the
Yeah.
women's players are seen as more role models, and the men's players are seen more as like untouchables. Do you get
Hmm.
what I mean? Like I feel like because the women's players have more of an interaction with fans and the
Yeah.
men's players, obviously not by their own doing. I'm sure if they like could speak to the fans after a game, they would. You get so it's nothing against them. I just think that's how it works now.
Do you think if the women's game got to the same level as the men's game, like in terms of attendances and that, the like WSL, do you think the women's players would still do what they're doing, where they come to the crowds afterwards of the games and speak to all the fans and take pictures?
No, I don't think so, and I think it's because slowly it's going out of fashion, not out of fashion, but like women have to stop doing it now because of the amount of abuse they're getting. I don't know if
Hmm.
you've seen in like the media, like Arsenal players can't go up to the fans, and Arsenal's one of the biggest women's like a
Yeah,
team in WSL with like 30,000 attendees or something crazy. And they're doing so well, and they can't approach fans because of the amount of inappropriate interactions that they've had with fans. Um,
really.
yeah,
And
yeah.
this is their own fans.
I think so. I'm not entirely sure, but I've seen like videos of like Katie McCabe saying like, "Oh, I can't come over," kind of thing. And I
Hmm.
think it's because it's just for their own safety that they can't go over to fans as much. And I think it's because they are more vulnerable and they're under way more like I don't know criticism online, and they have not even half the amount of security that a men's player
Yeah, no.
has. And so they do have to take that extra precaution. And if that has to be not neglecting the fans, but not being as attentive towards them, then that's the decision they have to take.
And that's a shame because you see all like the kids who run up to them and like they're having them comments, and it's such a moment for them. Like our
Yeah,
Audible loves it. And he like every week he's saying, "Can we stay behind me, players?" And it's like either yes or it's no. It's too fucking cold. We're going.
yeah,
Like it's
yeah,
not always the case, but that's a shame. I didn't know about the Arsenal one to be fair, but I suppose when you're getting 30 or 1,000 people in there, there isn't
yeah.
always the people who are there for the right reasons. Then
No, I don't think so. But I haven't like been to a game where I've seen it. I've only seen like clips online and like
yeah, yeah.
articles about it. Mm.
No, that's a shame. So you've met a couple of the players as well, haven't you?
I have, yeah. I'm so, so fortunate to have met some of the women's players and I get to speak to them. So I do feel like I have that like more personal connection to the team. And so
Hmm.
when they lose, I take it like I just played the game. So it feels so crazy to say, but I take it so to heart because I know how hard they're working and how much it means to them. And I've literally spoken to them about it. And because they do have that connection with the fans that the men's players might not have, like
Hmm.
much of a personal connection. So I do get a lot more not attached, but like emotionally attached
Yeah, yeah.
to them. Mm,
Yeah, whereas mine's probably more I'm attached to the badge and
yeah.
the name. That's my whole kind of thing. But no, I think No, I see where you're coming from. Because obviously, yeah, you do a lot around them and you spend a lot of time, spoke to a few of them and, got quite good relationships with them where, again, even when I was speaking to I can't remember who it was, one of the players, and I said, "Oh, I was talking about the book to one of them and said about, oh, Charlotte done the audio book," and they were like, "Oh, yeah, Charlotte, Charlotte," and they're all like, you
Yeah,
just
it's like that's just crazy to hear for me. Like it's just wild because I don't know, I used to play football in school and it just never seemed like it could even be an option for me to do
Mhm,
it like professionally. And like, don't get me wrong, I was never good enough to even think about it. But my brother was like semi-professional, is semi-professional, like he always took it really seriously. And that was planted in his head since he was a
mhm.
child. But for me, that wasn't even a conversation to have. So
So you've got a match though, haven't you, coming up, or I saw it on Toffee TV?
oh my gosh, so I've been asked to do a charity match, at the end of May. So I'd be back from Asia beginning of May. I'd have like a few weeks to like train for it. I've said I definitely want to be involved, but
Mhm.
I would just not want to like ruin the game at all because like I literally have not played since I was like I don't know, 13, 14 kind of thing. And the other day I did a shoot for like an online commercial and we did a keep yuppie competition.
Mhm.
And I was like, oh my gosh, this would be so embarrassing because like I comment on football and like I can't really do keep yuppies. And I was in my Doc Martens. I was like, this is just gonna be so bad. But yeah, so I'd love to get involved, like literally anything to do with charity, sign me up. Like I'm so up for it.
Yeah, yeah. Is
Mhm.
Ped doing it then? Because he said he was gonna, like, 2-foot you, didn't he?
Yeah. Well, I messaged the organisers saying also Ped is really interested
Mhm.
in like participating. They haven't got back to me yet. But
Holding
yeah, and I
tight.
just yeah, they don't want now they're gonna block me. But I yeah, because Ped said he'll absolutely batter me if I'm not on his team kind of thing. He was saying how like he tackled like other people in charity matches and stuff. I think that actually sounds scary. Like I don't think I
Just
wanna
make sure
play
you're on the
against
same
you.
side as him.
Yeah, yeah, I'll make sure of it.
So, tell us about the city that raised you. What was it like growing up? Where were you? What was you doing? How was that?
I've always been an Agba. I've always. I was born in the Liverpool Women's, and then I've stayed in the Agba area really.
Mhm,
And I'm incredibly privileged. Like, I've got the best family around me. Obviously, my dad's an Everton fan, so he's been taking me to the games, the men's game, since I was like tiny. I think I went, I might even say like my first game was like 4. I can't remember because I was like so little. But yeah, and I've like everything in my life has been in Egbert kind of
mhm.
thing because it is, it's got Sefton Park, it's got Prince's Park, Lark Lane, like there's so much to
Yeah,
do.
yeah.
So you don't really have to venture out much. Otterspool, like oh my gosh, like it's such a lovely area. And when people see where I live, they refuse to believe that it's Liverpool, like because everyone thinks that Liverpool's so raw. And
Mhm.
then I say like, "Oh, well, I live around here," and there's like clips of Lark Lane on TikTok, and I say like, "Oh yeah, I live around there," and they go, "No, you don't. Like that's not in Liverpool. It's like something from Amsterdam kind of thing." So yeah, that's where I grew up, and I used to be in like a football club. I used to be in Harriers running club, so we'd all like run around Egbert, so I know the area like pretty
Mhm.
well. Yeah.
So what was it like growing up around there? What's an instant kind of memory that would take you back to being a child running around Sefton Park or Otterspool or
Yeah, I mean, I'm a very competitive person, and I was in cross country. I was in sports like clubs, like
Mhm,
one of my brothers is also really competitive and athletic, and so a lot of my like childhood was out playing sports in Otterspool, in Sefton Park, and I would obviously run around with my cross country club. And it was just amazing, like being able to run around such lovely places and like overlook the water and stuff. And obviously I'd like win all the time. But yeah, and so we'd always go to art school together and just because we used to live much closer to art school, so that was like our local park. And yeah, I was really naughty though, because I would run away from home a lot as a child. I don't know why. That most photos of my dad are him like chasing after me, like I'm not even kidding. And I was otherwise really well behaved, but for some reason I would just always want to be out and like run
Mhm.
away. And like I'd run to after school from my house and stuff quite a lot. So I was really naughty, and I think it's just because I loved being out and I loved the area.
You think that that's what goes into your passion for traveling and all that kind of stuff? Because you're going to Asia
Yeah.
next week, aren't you? So
Yeah, I mean, I've never really pieced it together, to be honest. I've always said I ran away because I hated my brothers when I was little, but I think it was more like I want to be out, I want to be doing
Mhm,
stuff. And I think, yeah, I have always been like really adventurous. Like,
mhm.
at school, I love to do like, PGL, like parents get lost. Have you ever heard of that?
No.
Right, okay. So PGL was like a school trip where you'd like go and do like abseiling and stuff
Mhm.
like
Oh, yeah.
crazy. And people would call it parents get lost. Yeah. And
We
we
did
just
it back in the day when I was a kid, but it wasn't probably called that.
yeah. Yeah, there's like Column Envy, PGL, Lakeside,
Yeah.
like those kind of like camps. And I used to love those because you'd be out like abseiling, like zip lining, like kayaking, like, and I've always loved stuff like that. And now I get to say like I've done that in Australia. And
Mhm.
I'm just like, wow, I did bungee jump in Australia, I did skydive in Australia, like so cool.
So where do you think your competitive streak came from?
My my dad, he would go to a lot of my cross country races. And he'd never be with me during the race. He'd always go a bit closer to the end. And he'd always say, like, that last little push, he'd be shouting at me, that last little push, Charlotte, you've got that last little push. And I'd literally have nothing in the tank. I'd be exhausted. And I go, God, he's right. So I'd be like flailing my arms, like I can't feel my arms, I can't feel my legs. And I'd sprint even though I'd literally be so gassed out. So I'd sprint to the end. And because I now knew that it was more that mentality of like, even though your body is feeling like, oh my God, I'm gonna die, it doesn't matter because I need to do better, I need to win.
Mhm.
And so yeah, I just sort of like it's definitely from my dad. And then I've got two older brothers, so I always felt like I had to be the strongest. I had to help pick up, carry things, and I wanted to be the best. Board games, I had to win them. My mum would have to say, like, boys, no, you need to let Charlotte win. And then there would be like murder, like, yeah. So it's just always been, I need to be the best. And it's still kind of like that. I think I've chilled out a lot since drama school because that was such a shock to the system that I kind of lost that I need to be the best because it just
Mhm.
turned into like fixating on like on being the best rather than being like happy and
Mhm.
prioritizing like my happiness. So I think I have mellowed out a bit, but if you play me in Monopoly or something, like it comes flooding back. So
I suppose with like drama school, they could because it's borderline going into toxicity then, isn't it? Where people are like
yeah,
so competing against each other. So you've either gotta be that kind of toxic person or start taking a step back and say, I can still be great at what I'm doing, but being happy with it rather than competing against other people.
yeah, it's really hard because you're basically being judged off things that you can't control at drama school.
Mhm.
Like, no matter how hard I tried, like ballet and everything, if I looked the same as one girl who was a bit better at ballet, there was nothing I could do. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And so I'd really work myself up and I'd get so upset and constantly comparing yourself to other people. And rather than like bringing everyone up, you're pushing people down so that you
Mhm.
feel better. And I hate that. I see it online all the time, people undermining other creators and putting other people down, making themselves feel better. And genuinely, I think that's like the worst trait that someone can have. I will always praise someone unless I like seriously disagree with them. I will always feel the need to bring other people up. And at drama school, it's just not that. And that's in my case anyway. It might be different, but I doubt it. You're constantly being criticized on your talents, and sometimes you can't improve that. It's just what you're given. And
Mhm.
on how you look, you're standing in front of the mirror all day, every day, and you know, that I have to lose weight to look more like this character. I have to gain weight to look. It's relentless. So I honestly, I wouldn't wish it upon anyone.
There's like a there's a major difference between, and I don't think people understand. So Rosie Jones is a comedian who's got cerebral palsy,
Yeah,
and people will say she's not funny, and she's only people are only laughing to pity her because of her
they
cerebral
feel bad.
palsy.
Mm,
But it's not. She is funny sometimes. I'm not personally a fan, but I'm not a fan because I'm just not. I don't
it's not
find it that
your style.
funny.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm,
and I do like comedy, but I like a lot of female comedians. But it's about the taste rather than the person and the personality or the whatever else is going on. And I think you get that a lot because you are genuinely funny. You know, you do boss impressions. You've got great content that's really engaging and funny, and like your top five places every week or something who's in the top five, and they all meet up, and you know they have, that just has me cracking each time. But people will look at it first and say, "Oh, it's a girl trying to do football and be funny," which you can't do football and you can't be funny because you're a girl. And it's like, well, no, it's just because it's not your taste. You're confusing the two, and probably because you're a bit of a bigot is the other one.
yeah,
But
yeah, that doesn't help either.
yeah, and I just always get like it. Just people need to grow up, I think, but it's not going to change, unfortunately. But it's only like people coming out and talking about it, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's it. It's like people just need to talk about the experiences they have, and they need to see what effects that might have on someone,
Hmm.
to realize, oh, what I say and what I do does actually have consequences. So
Yeah.
these people like who are hating on women comedians and like saying, oh, they're only laughing because they pity them. Um, it's just because they can't see it from that perspective. They don't have that kind of,
Hmm.
oh, well, they might just find it funny. It's just because you don't find it funny, they must feel the same way as you. And I just think that's like such an old-fashioned mentality of like my way is right and no one else's is.
Yeah.
Like there are content creators that I personally don't find funny, but they have loads of followers, and so
Hmm.
I don't go about my day saying he's terrible, or she's terrible, and like you're all crazy for thinking they're good. It's just it's not my taste, and that's absolutely fine. Like they're doing great. I'll do my own thing, but some people literally live off like, get a kick out of making other people miserable.
Yeah, and a lot of them don't even have a profile picture or a name to it either. That's the funny thing about it. It's like if you're going to
Yeah.
be so opinionated, put your face to it.
I
And as soon as you
know.
say that to them, they just like vanish.
It's wild. I get so many, like, user fuckery people be like, people, and saying the most vile, like, cutting things to me, and, like, obviously, I can't say anything, and it's just I'd love to know, like, what kind of person you are, like, in your
Mhm.
day-to-day life. For you to feel like you have to comment that on someone else's
Yeah.
page.
I
Mm,
think I remember one, and you commented back to them, and I loved your comment back. And it was someone called you, uh, what was it? Something Bonnie Blue. I can't remember the word.
but was it
Um,
bulimic Bonnie Blue?
yeah, bulimic Bonnie Blue, and you comment back, "Oh my god, you think I'm skinny? Thank you." And I remember looking at it, and as I say, because I'm doing the book and all that, and I'm looking for like that kind of. I don't want to use it as inspiration because it's not inspiration, but it's content for my book
Like
that
a
I'm going to be putting
blueprint,
in there.
yeah,
Yeah, and I went and looked at that person, and I was shocked because it was a woman,
yeah,
and that really got me more. Like I was like, not that I'd understand it being a man more, but I get it being a man more. And I was looking at it thinking, it's a woman. Why are you putting another woman down like that? And she was a woman in sport because I think she's done rugby.
yeah.
And I was just like, oh my God, you're just,
It's wild.
what an idiot.
I have hate from all walks of life, even
Hmm.
though I am so quick to defend women. I will always like find a way of defending a woman. And some women just really hate to see others do well from what they perceive as their looks. So they think I'm doing well because I'm thin and I'm blonde, and that's all they see. Not because I've done any work, or not because, I've like I've got some kind of personality where I get to talk to people and make connections with people. They can't see past the way I look. And that like I feel that way about certain people. Like I'm really bad. Like sometimes I see someone and I'm quick to think like, oh, they'll be like this purely from the way they look. And
Hmm.
it's bad. Like I should never do that. But it just kind of I went to an all girls school, by the way, which is like one of the most judgmental, like jungles of the world. Like it's
Hmm.
crazy. And so I think that's installed in my brain, that like judgmental catty bitch from an all girl school chip in your head. And like I try not to do it as much as possible, but it's just that mean girl mentality of seeing another woman doing well. I know what will upset her, insulting her
Hmm.
looks, and that, and it's true. Like it really gets to me, but I can't let them know that.
No, but there's a difference, isn't there? So what you've just said compared to the other girl, you're saying you judge someone on appearance, opinion, and personality, and whatever, and media, media face. That's human nature. What's not human nature and what's not right is to then go and seek them out to criticize them and put them down. I think what you're saying is like perfectly legitimate. You know, it's not, we all judge people, and I do it for fun. And if I didn't do that, I wouldn't have books out there right now
Yeah,
because
yeah,
my books are based on people in a way. Um, and I've just like made a judgment on who they are and turned that into a character.
yeah.
And that's fine, I think, but it's when you go and seek them and put it on there and say the kinds of stupid, horrible things that they do that they don't either don't care or don't realise that affects because they think you're just a person behind the screen who doesn't get affected by it.
That's
When
it.
really and I've had the privilege to briefly meet your mum and dad, and I know how protective they are as well, and they seem like lovely, grounded, people who really help and push and move forwards and, really protect, and try as
I
best as they can.
literally, you're spot on. Like I like without them. Oh my gosh, I would have deleted my TikTok like 100 times by now.
Mhm.
And they always say like I wouldn't tell you this if I didn't believe it was true, but like you're doing so well, and like
Yeah.
my mum and dad think like the sun shines out my arse. Like they honestly they think I'm amazing, and like I'm so fortunate to have them in my life. But also I know like they wouldn't lie to me. They don't want to
Mhm.
fuel any delusions because everything I do is public. And they know that if I say something crazy, or if I wear something crazy, they might go, "Oh, is that a good idea?" Like my mum's a bit of a mummager about things, so
Yeah.
honestly, I'm so fortunate to have them. Yeah,
I mean, I get that a lot. It's like, should you do that? And then I just go and do it anyway most of the time and just like, so yeah,
I've had
no.
my mum has. There's been some like, especially I don't know if you saw it. It wasn't my finest work, but it was about the GK Barry doing the Subway Cup draw. and like it was really like cringe, disgusting
Mhm,
things. And I had to do a skit of it. I just had to.
mhm,
And like it was a very crude video that I would never normally do. And my mum was like, "Oh, I think you should post this, like it's gonna get taken out of context. Like what if people don't know that you're actually joking? What if people think
mhm.
that you're actually like that's how you think?" And I was like, "You're definitely right, but it's such an important topic. I think
Yeah.
this is a good way of like shocking people for them to say like, oh my gosh, yeah, that is crazy. Like who okayed
Mhm.
GK Barry to do this cut draw?" So my mum has definitely questioned some of the things and I go, I'm gonna post it anyway. So
Well, it's like the other thing that Sky Sports channel they put out, wasn't it? It's like people they've got good intentions, and it's kind of like, let's get GK Barry. She's big and popular. She'll push it up there. But actually, no, because it doesn't work, and it's really stupid because she doesn't really have that much of an idea about what she was saying. And it was, well, I can't remember what it was called, Vino or whatever it was called, that woman's channel. And it was just like all pink
Halo.
and halo, all pink and fluffy, and like
Yeah.
it's good intentions, but
I
that like you
part of
don't
me is
need it.
like it's just, like, why? And part of me is saying they must have done it on purpose to get more people, like, talking. I don't know, like, no one is this stupid to
Mhm.
believe, like, that was a good idea. So, but yeah, that was wow, that was quite funny.
And I mean, at least they turned around and said it was not good and took it down, so
Yeah,
someone
but
was
that
actually
wouldn't have
listening, that's the main thing.
happened. Yeah, and I think the only reason why that happened was because of the backlash of
Mhm.
women speaking up and saying, "This isn't what we asked for. We didn't even ask for any of this." So I think it was definitely as a result of the amount of hate they got. It wasn't because
Yeah.
they went, "Oh, actually, I don't think this works." It's because people said, "You need to delete this."
Yeah, I like to think that there was someone behind it thinking, "Oh, we fucked this up." Like, this hasn't landed as we intended to, and,
You'd hope
let
so. Yeah.
there must be one person there sitting there going, "Ugh," just, like, pulling the tie and all that.
Yeah.
I hope so anyway, but
Mm.
so what was the first place where you felt connected to the city? How did you where were you? What was you doing where you felt like you're a part of Liverpool and Scouseness?
Um, Gosh, that is a great question. Obviously, I used to go
Thank you.
to, you're welcome. Um, I would in Otterspool, I don't know if they even have it anymore, but Otterspool Prom, there was a playground and a big like climbing crane.
Mhm,
Because I was crazy, I'd climbed to the top of this climbing crane, and it overlooked the River Mersey, and it looked amazing.
mhm.
And I remember thinking like, "Oh, this is pretty sick, isn't it? Like I'm so high up, and there's River Mersey, and like this is where I live." And that was like wow, and I've been able to perform in St. George's Hall. That was so cool,
Wow.
and yeah, and I've been able to perform at, the Empire Theatre and Royal Pavilion, which is in the world, but, there's still, like I've been able to do such amazing things where I've gone, "Wow, I am part of this city," and then there's obviously Goodison Park, like,
Mhm,
um, being a my dad I think I don't think many people were taking their little girl at the time. This was like would have been like 2008 kind of thing, and my dad was like very proud because my brother didn't go to the Everton. Neither of my brothers went to the Everton games, and I don't know. Maybe if they did, my dad never would have felt the need to have
mhm.
taken me. Who knows? But he did, and I think a lot of people, um, you know, might have judged him a bit. Well, they definitely did. They were like, "Why are you forcing, like, dragging your daughter to football games? Like, this isn't for her." My dad would be like, "She wanted to go, and I'm more than happy to take her."
Yeah, yeah.
So, Goodison Park was definitely like a big part of me. And my mum and dad only got married 3 years ago. They've been together for like 30 years, but they only got married 3 years ago. And when I was little, I'd always say, like, "You should get married at Goodison Park." Like, that would be great. Like, how amazing would that be? You got married at Goodison Park. and my mum's a Liverpool fan, so she was like, "No." And so then the second option was Gulliver's World, and that wasn't really an option either, but yeah.
When you say that, so my mum went to a wedding at Anfield years ago. My mum's never told me, my dad are,
Yeah,
talking years and years ago. And one of the waiters, she came back and she said one of the waitresses spilled something on her. And my mum was like, she made a joke, but she wasn't bothered, it wasn't a major thing.
yeah.
And she just said the story, and just reminded me when you said that about the wedding. She said, she turned around to the waitress and she went, "Ah, what have you done? That wouldn't happen at Goodison Park." And the waitress turned back and went, "No, they would have missed."
Oh, ooh, that was quick. That was
And
quick
as
from the
much as I
waitress.
hate it, I kind of respect it because it's like, yeah, that's a good joke.
That is a good joke. Wow, that is quite funny.
Yeah. But when you talk there about I just had to smile when you said about your dad taking you to the match. So when I wrote that book, The Seat Left Empty, I didn't know yet, and it is weird the similarities between that
Yeah,
character Millie. I remember when you were reading it, there was parts where you were getting upset and you were relating it to it, and it was kind of like, whoa, let's take a bit of, and
yeah,
but
yeah.
that there, like, there is a scene, and it's just come back to me. It's like where he first takes it to the match, and he's talking to other people around, and she's like all, and yeah, it's crazy how that's like,
That's my life. Yeah.
yeah, it
It
is
it
just,
it's crazy and, like, I've still got my first shirt and, like, I feel
Mhm,
like you'd think your first shirt is like a proper Everton shirt. Mine is a pink, like, T-shirt with the badge diamanted onto the front, like, really classy,
mhm,
tasteful shirt, and everyone was like, "What are you doing, like, with this little girl in a pink Everton shirt?" And my dad was like, "That's what she wants to wear," and, like, he got it for me. I don't know if he got it for me so I would support Everton for that reason, because 'cause I've always loved pink and diamonds and stuff like that. So
yeah,
and people just thought, like, in this wave of blue, black, and grey, my dad would be there with the only, like, pink, blonde little girl. And so it was like, it really greatly came down to my dad just being like, "I want to take my daughter to this. I can, and I am." And I'm so grateful for him for doing that forever.
no, I mean, it would have been a lot worse if you went the other side, to be fair, because
I
you're one
would
of them
well,
irritating ones on TikTok just go crying every 5 minutes whenever they lose a corner.
I know, it's okay, yeah. And, like, to be fair, my mum, she never really goes to Liverpool
None of them
games.
do.
And so I wouldn't have really got into it if it was
Mhm,
otherwise. So, but my brother, my dad was convinced that my brother supported Liverpool to annoy my dad.
mhm.
So my dad was like, "Right, you're not going to Goodison then." And then he kind of saw his arse over the whole thing because he never got to go to the games, whereas I did. And now I'm getting like all these connections with Everton, and it like really gets under my brother's skin a bit. I mean, he's really proud of me, but he is like, "Oh, why didn't I choose Everton?"
What does your dad think about that? Because I mean, like, I think it's wild now, and just, like, I can't get my head around whenever I'm, like, speaking to Peds or Les from the Blue Room and speaking to other Edson content creators, and then I get a message saying, "Oh, you're a good content." I'm not a content creator. I don't see myself as that. I'm just someone who's trying to sell a book on a podcast now. But what does your dad think about it? Because like, he must be like, when
Yeah,
you're in Goodison interviewing players, or not Goodison, sorry, Hill Dickinson, you interviewed the players, didn't you?
yeah, it was amazing. I mean, my whole family is so proud. It's really
Mhm,
funny because Northover is quite a unique name, and loads of people, weirdly, I don't know, like how or why, loads of people go up to my brothers and my cousins who we all share the
mhm.
same name and go like, "Do you have a sister? You've never," because they don't really talk about me because why would they? Like that's random.
Yeah, yeah.
And yeah, and so it is crazy. That it's happened. And my dad, he's been there for a lot of times when people approach me, and
Mhm,
thankfully, like, a lot of them are, like, younger girls, which, like, really gets me. and like he's so proud. Like he is unbelievably proud of me. And like I did an advert for BT Sports and representing Everton. Like he
Hmm.
posted it on his Facebook and it came on the radio and it really cringed because we'd have to say our football predictions. And I said, I believe that Everton will be in the top half. And that was a snippet they played on every radio advert break because it was such an unbelievable claim to make at the time.
Yeah, yeah.
Because Rich Charlison had just left. Like there was so many things going wrong. And so it was like, no way. No way are they gonna be in the top half. And the first time my dad heard it, he nearly crashed the car. He was like, "Oh my gosh, like that's Charlotte on the radio." And now that it's like not the norm, but it's becoming the norm, it's still like every time it happens, my dad is a bit like, "Oh my gosh." So, yeah.
I mean, he must be just like, I can imagine being so proud because it's like his daughter not just being successful in like what she's doing and chasing your dreams of acting and dancing and singing and everything else, but then to go and be one of the main Everton content creators out there. And like that must be just so I can't imagine it, to be fair.
Yeah, it bit like honestly, it like still makes me like a bit like emotional because it just doesn't feel real. And obviously, it wouldn't have happened without my dad. And like my dad has worked. So my dad randomly is a drummer. He's a drummer and he loves football and stuff.
Mhm.
And so he got his boring job to fund his drumming and his football. Whereas for me, he's always wanted my passion to be my job. And yeah, and that's what I'm doing now because of him, like thanks to him. So
That's brilliant.
mm.
Um, so tell us about a time where things got hard in the city. What was the time where you felt tested or pushed? Only sharing what you
um
want to share, obviously.
yeah, I came back from Australia. I spent all of my money because I was there for 4 months and Australia is so expensive. And so I came back to live in Liverpool with my parents, and this is the first time I've lived with my parents since I was 16. So it was quite a shock. Even though I love my parents, I really get on with them. So lucky for the relationship I have. But I had to get like a waitressing job, and it's just like customer service is such a testing thing. And I was working in a very fine restaurant, like really fancy restaurant. And so the clientele were not I don't want to say entitled, but they had that sense of, you know, you're my server, you're here to serve me, which is completely right, like completely accurate. And there were some days where it was really good, but I was working like 50-hour weeks
Hmm.
and I'd be sent auditions for like acting roles and I'd have to film it at like 6 in the morning because I didn't have time around work to film it.
Yeah, yeah.
I was exhausted. It was like really, really tough. And I was literally doing it for money. And I was like, I've never wanted to live my life like, oh, I just need this money. And I was just miserable. And I didn't have like the best relationships at work. And it was really difficult. And like, it was a really dark time. There was no football on as well. And so I was literally working all the time and it was just exhausting. And that sounds so privileged, like, oh my gosh, you had to work. Like that is like your really dark time. But I was just a shell of a person. Like I'd lost any motivation. And like I'd gone from auditioning down
Hmm.
south and like working in my passion to coming back to Liverpool, which is my home. And now it's quickly becoming like such a dark place because I was so unhappy in my job and moving back to Liverpool, a lot of my friends had moved away and like for their jobs and so I was just really lonely and then after this job I didn't have time to meet up with people. So I just became really isolated and then on a whim I just walks out of my job, which is really bad. I do not condone anyone for walking out of their job, but I just had enough. I had customers saying like, "Oh yeah, you're a 7.5 out of 10." Like bizarre, like the most bizarre things. I got called Sabrina Carpenter by a customer. Honestly, stuff you can't make up. Um, and it was just I just walked out, and I was like, I have I've saved up money. Like, what am I going to do? And then the football content just really started picking up, and
Mhm.
it honestly coincidentally was able to like finance me, and like it kind of saved me genuinely. So like I owe so much to like Everton, which sounds crazy, like because it's been the source of my misery for so many years. And now I'm just so grateful that I have them in my life, and like it's honestly genuinely saved my life. So yeah,
And I know you said, like, it's, people say first world problems and all that, but people who've not been in a job where you're so miserable with every day, you dread getting out of bed and getting up and seeing them faces that you have to see, don't understand
yeah,
how that is, because I've had that myself, and you've got to stick with it a lot of times, and there's not a lot you can do, and there's a lot of people in them situations who will understand, but a lot of people won't. Unfortunately, they don't.
definitely. I think people have had it way worse off than me, and like you can look at it as I don't even have the right to complain about my troubles. I've had like loads of stuff that I could complain about, but I'm not. I don't expect sympathy. Do
Hmm.
you get what I mean? Like I had to work in a job I really didn't enjoy, and it's not the end of the world. I didn't have kids that I had to feed. I didn't have a mortgage that I had to pay off. I was really lucky to have a family who said, like, "You're so unhappy, you should quit."
Hmm.
I had options, and like I don't know if you've seen that girl on TikTok who's like, "Yeah, my life is really difficult. Like I could be off to LA somewhere else." And like I feel like her when I talk about it, but literally like said, but getting up in the morning because I'd come home and I get to bed at like 2 in the morning because like really late nights with like a busy restaurant, and then I'd have to wake up at like 7 in the morning,
Hmm.
which still doesn't even sound that bad. But for me, I like knowing that I was going to go into work and knowing what was ahead of me, it just made it 10 times more difficult. And I'm a very like bubbly, happy person. And I always joke that I was like the personality higher because yeah. And then I was just slowly losing my like personality from working there and like losing my sense of like happiness. And I was just like a robot. Like I literally was so unhappy.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, that was a really dark time for me. So
So, what was the first sign that you noticed that things were going to get better and things were moving forward?
so I went to this is so bizarre. I went to a Sugababes concert with my friends in Brighton. And this was the first time I'd seen them since I'd come back from Australia. And like bear in mind, I used to see them
Sugar babes
every
or your
day.
friends?
No, my friends,
All right,
my
okay.
friends. And yeah, me and the sugar babes in Australia was so cute. And no, 'cause I used to see my friends every day, and then I hadn't seen them in like 6 months. And
Hmm.
obviously those 6 months were like hell for me. Like I was so miserable. And I got to see them, gave me life again, like so easily after the sugar baby for amazing. Like don't get me started. And then I was like, why am I doing this? Like I'm so unhappy. And like, yes, if I didn't have that job, I wouldn't have been able to afford sugar babes. But it's more about like having those friends and those connections that were more important. And
Hmm.
honestly, that was the turning point of like, why am I doing this? And they were all really happy in their jobs and stuff. And they worked in bars and they were still happy. So I
Yeah.
was like, it is just this place that is making me miserable.
Hmm.
So I was just like, I'm not doing this anymore. And that was Sugar Babe Saved Me.
Sugar babe save me. That's a quote, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what you should title this podcast.
Yeah, yeah, Sugababes saved my life. Um, no, it's, I think I said, like, it's not, people might sit there and say, "Oh, third world problems, she's only, like, doing this and that because she's blonde and pretty and fit and whatever else," but it's you don't complain about it, and I've
Mm,
known you a few months, and I've never you don't compl we've talked about it, obviously, we have had conversations where we've spoken, spoke about stuff like that, but you don't complain about it, you don't focus on it and say, like, "Oh," and the only reason you're talking about it now is because it's a question that I'm asking, it's like,
yeah,
there's no you're moving forward and you wanna be better than yourself and be happy in what you're doing, and that's what you're doing, so screw what
and
anyone says.
definitely, I just think dwelling on the negatives won't help you. Like, I've had it where I've had really bad days at work where I've made a mistake, and if I could have got so upset in that moment, but you just have
Mhm.
to say to yourself, like, getting upset really isn't going to help anything. Like, it's genuinely going to make it worse. So you just need to get on with it. It's really, like, unless I was a surgeon and I made a mistake, I'd understand, but it's really not that deep. And that's just what I have to remind myself. And everyone should remind themselves, like, these decisions that you're making right now aren't going to affect you for the rest of your life.
And nowadays, the worst thing is not knowing who Bobby Moore is.
Yeah, honestly, that was
Sorry, I had to throw that one in there.
That's actually the worst day of my life. I take all of this back.
And even that wasn't
No,
even that was just overblown by a lot of
no.
people.
Yeah.
Ridiculous, but it still makes me laugh. That whole kind of
I'm glad. I'm glad it brings people joy. My misery.
yeah, I defended you throughout, and I was,
You did. You definitely did. Thank you.
I
That
was
means the
backing
world.
backing up on people when they were coming about it and saying, "Who cares about Bobby Moore? No one cares
Yeah.
about him." And I think your point straight away was, I do Everton content for the now, not West Ham content from the '60s.
Yeah.
So yeah, screw them.
Sue me. Yeah. Mm.
Right, we've got so I'm testing something on you here today, Charlotte, to be honest.
Okay.
I've got my quick fire quiz that I do with everyone where I don't send the questions out, but
Yeah.
I've got like two parts now, so I've put into two parts and got more questions. So no one
Okay.
would have heard these before at all. Some of them.
Okay.
So these are just like random quick fire questions, no thinking. We can expand if you want, but don't need to.
Mm.
But it's just about Scouse culture and
Okay.
Liverpool life. First one's dead easy, blue or red,
Blue.
obviously. Chip balm or chip butty?
Chip buffy.
Do you have sauce on it?
I dip it in ketchup,
Oh, okay, fair enough.
but I don't put the ketchup on it. It just falls apart.
Yeah, fair enough. Sunday roast must-haves.
Roast potatoes, Yorkshire pudding, carrots, parsnips, chicken. Yeah,
Fair. Curry sauce or gravy?
gravy.
Sausage rolls, hot or cold?
Hot.
Best offie combo, so crisp, sweet, choc and soft drink.
Um, Salt and vinegar chipsticks.
Oh, I haven't had them for ages. They're like
Oh, so
really
good.
crumbly though, aren't they? Like when you
Yeah,
oh yeah, I like so.
I love them. Pepsi Max or no, Lucozade Sports. With a crunchy.
I'm glad you said Pepsi Max first, not the other one, because there's been controversy over that one as well, hasn't there?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, there are.
Home and Bargains or B&M?
Home bargains.
Have you ever ordered a steamboat?
No,
Do you know what a steamboat is?
no,
So a steamboat was an old drink, everyone used to have. It was Southern Comfort, lime and lemonade.
no.
It was like a staple drink in Liverpool, like people have, and it's something that a lot of people outside Liverpool don't know of, and might just missed your generation.
So sorry. Yeah, no, not me.
You'll have to ask your mum and dad if they ever had
Okay,
steamboats.
I'll ask them.
Um, Easter cloves thing for you or not?
No,
Did you never get Easter cloves?
no.
Oh, that's a proper Scouse thing, you know?
No, we never. I mean, my mum's from the Wirral, so
Okay.
that was not a thing for us.
Um, what do you call trainers?
Trainers.
Trainers?
Don't call them like webs or anything.
No,
Just
okay.
call them trainers.
Pick one, lads, lad, or kidder.
La,
La.
lad. I don't really say that.
You can't say lad.
No, well, I can. I'd say that the most lad. I'd never say kidder ever.
See, I talked about this with my friends. I think my age group were like the kind of dying out of kidder. That's where it kind
Yeah.
of died out a lot. Because we used to say it in school and it was getting a bit ironically when we used to say it.
Right. Okay.
Um, One of the things we talk about in the podcast in a few episodes is how versatile the word sound is.
Yeah.
So say sound and how you'd mean it most.
Yeah. I would just say like, oh, sound. Like, oh yeah, that's all right.
Yeah, yeah. Because obviously
Mm,
sound has so many different
yeah.
meanings and textures and text to it.
Yeah. Definitely.
What's your best insult that's technically not an insult?
I don't know.
So, like people, maybe in Liverpool we call people words and names all the time. That doesn't actually mean anything
Like a
bad.
sausage. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah,
I'd probably say that like, oh, sausage. I'd probably that's one.
I do love that one. That's the most what's name.
Yeah.
Most aggressive friendly phrase.
Don't know. Most aggressive friendly phrase. Like what's happening, kid? That's funny.
What are you looking at?
Oh yeah. Or who do you think you're talking to?
Yeah.
Oh
Do
my gosh.
do you know what I mean?
You know what I mean? Do you get me? Mm,
Do you get me? Yeah. Phrase you only say when you're really annoyed.
I'm fuming. Absolutely fuming. Even just fuming.
Yeah, yeah. How would you finish this sentence?
I
Don't be a
don't
fucking
know.
sausage.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. Don't be. I don't really say like Scouse words much, and they're like most classic Scouse ever, and I feel like people are gonna take that out of context now. But
Oh, I'm
don't
clipping
be.
that one and putting that on TikTok.
Yeah,
I'm the most
I
plastic
know.
poster alongside with me mum's from the Wirral.
Great. I'm just gonna get cancelled. Don't be. No, I don't know. I don't know what I'd say. Like, don't be. Yeah.
Worst phrase non-Scousers use about Liverpool.
Is there a phrase that people use? I mean, like chicken and a can of Coke, like that.
Yeah, that bores me, you know.
Oh, I find it. People ask me to say it constantly, or chicken and a curly whirly.
Yeah, I get it and that because I understand, like, obviously, but it just gets so boring that one. Like when you're on,
Yeah,
we were in Turkey last year and we were going. Me and my son went in to like look for new tracksuits and that trackies, and he was like, "Do you want a trackie, mate? A trackie? Say trackie." And we were like, "No, I'm gonna go to the next shop," you
so
know.
yeah, I'm gonna burn this shop down now. Thank
Yeah,
you.
you've ruined it.
Really got on my nerves there.
Um, right. So, what's the Scouse trait you carry? What's the thing that was forged in Liverpool that would not be forged anywhere else for you?
I don't want to say like my pride again, but I do kind of want to say that like,
Mhm.
and the fact I will pipe up over anyone. Like it really stresses my friends out because we'll be out, and if there's like a confrontation, I will always be like, "Wait, what's going on here?" Like, do you get what I mean? Like, I'll always say like, what are you doing?" And like, I've had it where these builders were calling this little girl in school uniform in Brighton, and I literally went, "What do you think you're doing?" Like I saw red, and my friends were like, "Charlotte, calm down." And I was like, "No, she's a child. Like she's in a school uniform. Like say it to me. Say it to me. Go on, say it to me." And yeah, so that's probably. my ability to go from like 0 to 100 over something that's got nothing to do with me, but I feel the need to get involved. I feel like that's quite a Scouse thing.
That is a proper Scouse thing, like, it's a proper
Yeah.
protective kind of Scouse thing, but really, like, 0 to 0 over, like, the slightest thing as well sometimes. I mean, that's not obviously the slightest thing, but
Yeah.
I'm sure there will be times where it's, like, nothing and you just went from 0 to 0.
Yeah, definitely. I do carry that trait. Yeah.
Does it ever get you in trouble when that trait comes out, or have you ever had
Yes.
any?
Oh, yes. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I it, it's really bad. I was on a night out with my friends, and this was when it was COVID, so you had to like have a certain amount of distance between you and the queue for places. And
Mhm.
these lads were really close to us. I was going, "Can you step back, please?" Like I was calm at first, and they were like, "Don't tell us what to do." And I was like, "I'm not telling you. It says on the floor, like like, can you get back from me?" And they started taking the mick out of me being from Liverpool, and I just saw absolute red, and they shoved me, and I shoved them, these 2 lads, and I was 18, and then it turned into this, like, shoving match, and then the bouncer came round and, like, picked that like, told them to leave and stuff, but my friends were so scared, and they did not help me at all. They were just like, "Oh my gosh." So, yeah, that wasn't great.
I find that very bizarre, I mean, again, it's, a different generation to you when you've grown up in that, but if I was in a bar and, like, when 18, 19 or whatever, there's no chance anyone that we were with or you'd see a lad pushing a girl.
Yeah, I've had it a few times in Brighton. I got hit in the face by some blokes in Brighton, and no one got involved. Like all these lads just stopped and like stared. In my mind, I was like, "If this is in Liverpool, they'd all like be living daylight out of it kind of thing." But yeah, I don't know.
So is it not a generation thing, it's more of an area thing, do you think? Because
I think so. Yeah,
'cause, I
I
mean, as
definitely.
that, I've seen it happen in circumstances in Liverpool, but not as a common
Yeah,
thing, and people would intervene straight away.
yeah, exactly.
But
Yeah.
I don't go out anywhere and haven't been out for, like, 30 odd years, so, you know,
No, I think if something like that happened in Liverpool, a lot of lads would step in and like get involved.
yeah,
Mm.
that's, yeah, I just don't it just bizarre to me, that kind of thing.
Yeah, my mouthiness just gets me in trouble sometimes.
So what's the seat you fill now? What are you doing today? What are you proud of? What does a great day look like for you?
I go to the gym 5 times a week. Went to the gym today, and I'm very proud of like how like I love to keep myself fit and like not even just physically, like mentally, it's really good for me. And like well, I'm currently sorting and like packing my stuff for Asia, and I'm so proud that I'm even able to go
Mhm.
over there because a lot of people don't get that opportunity. So a lot of stuff I've been doing lately is just last minute sorting out like insect repellent and stuff. But yeah, every day I'm posting, planning posts for Instagram, TikTok, getting in touch with brands, because you have to be very active about this kind of stuff. And I never would have thought if you had told me this time last year that I was on a podcast about like Evertonians. I'm also going to an Everton event tonight, that I've got like 28,000 followers. Like I would have laughed in your face. Genuinely, I
Mhm.
never would have ever expected this. Um, so I'm honestly so grateful, and it's all kind of been from me. So I need to give myself the pat on the back as well. So
Yeah, I mean, you've brought it all for yourself, it's all that kind of work you've done. You've got
mm.
sponsored by Castor, you're sponsored by Seat Unique, isn't it?
Yeah, I've done work with uni. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. They all just like, and what's that? The non-social thing or that
Oh,
clothing brand.
antisocial social club.
Yeah,
Mm.
it's boss because you just see, like, I was speaking to one of my friends the other week, and they were saying like, "Oh, you're gonna get Charlotte on the podcast," and I was like, "Yeah, yeah, she's coming on. We spoke about her and that." And he's like, "Every time I go on Facebook or Instagram now, you just see it pop up on something. It's like." she's just proper took off, hasn't she? It was like, I know it's hot.
Yeah.
Like, you'd even saved me 20 quid the other week.
How?
I bought off Castor's website because they had the kits on sale. And I thought, I wonder if I can use Charlotte's promo code. So I put in
Yeah.
Charlotte N15, whatever it was.
Yeah.
And even on the sale items, it came up and took another 15% off all the kits for me.
It's so good, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, I couldn't believe it because normally they don't let them come off on
No, and
sale items.
they said to me it shouldn't work, and then it does, and I kind of don't want to say anything to them.
I might
But
have to
yeah,
visit that bit out then.
it's fine. I mean, it just encourages people to use the code, doesn't it? So
Yeah, well, there was a person, then they put on the Facebook group and they were like, I'm on the Everton groups and it was like, oh, all the kits are on sale. And I was like, put in there, I was like, yeah, and if you use Charlotte's codes as well, it'll get another 15% off for you.
honestly, you're doing the marketing for me.
Um, right, so I've got another second part to my quickfire quiz.
Okay,
So these are just more little questions around quickfire answers, and then we can expand if you need to or want to. Best
okay.
place or person to get proper scouse from?
I don't know. I've never really. I've only had it at home. I've never gone out to eat it, and I'd never choose to
Charlotte, if
eat
you've
it
only
out.
had it at home, the answer's your mum or dad then.
Okay, I don't even like it that much, to be honest.
You don't do yourself any favours sometimes, you know.
Why bother lying though? Like my mum makes it and well, it's just stew in it. Do you get what I mean? I'm sorry.
Okay, we'll move on from that.
Okay.
This is I met one of my mates on the first podcast, and Peter, and we asked him like, "How do you have your scouse with like beetroot and that?" And he admitted that his wife told him how to eat scouse properly,
Yeah,
and then his wife's from Manchester though, and he hasn't lived it down with anyone yet. So
that's really funny.
yeah. Favorite scouser, famous, non-famous, whatever you want.
Ooh. Oh, Georgia Poma. He's pretty cool.
I love Josie Comer.
Mm, right there.
Favorite honorary scouser, someone who's come in and took the city. It could be a footballer, anyone like that.
Probably Jack Grealish. I know it's a touchy subject right now after what's happened, but I think Everton have really accepted him, and I think you know everyone loves him now.
He has. He's broke me heart.
I know.
Like genuinely, like when he's
Yeah.
like now that he's going back, and we don't know if he's going to come back 'cause he's injured for the rest of the season. It's like,
Mm, yeah. It's all a bit.
please don't go, Jack.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's yeah, all that don't fall in love with a lone player and all that kind of stuff. It's just come true for Everton fans again.
I know. It's brutal, isn't it?
The last one who I was really gutted about a lone player was Landon Donovan.
Yeah.
I loved Landon Donovan, like to the point I had a bit of a man crush on him.
Oh,
Yeah, and then when he left and he came back a year later, and I was like, he's back and he's going to stay this time. And then he left again, and I was like,
you did it to me twice.
you've broke my heart twice, Landon. I can't get over this now. Don't come back a third time because I can't cope. Um, favorite park?
Sefton Park.
I love Sefton Park. Favorite Scouse
Mm.
building?
Can I say St. Nick's Church?
Yeah, I used to
St.
work
Nick's
on
Church.
opposite St. Nick's, yeah. It's a
Oh
lovely.
yeah,
Why St.
love
Nick?
it.
Because
That's
it's very iconic church in Liverpool, and it's very historical, but not a lot of people know about it.
that was the church I went to as a child, and I'd climb the statues outside because I was really naughty.
The one
And
opposite
then
the
you,
Pier Head.
yeah,
St. Nick's opposite the Pier Head.
yeah, it's like by the water.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I used to work
Yeah,
in the
and
building
like
right next to it.
yeah, yeah, and they were like, and you could watch over the water from the statues. I've
Yeah.
just always loved it. Like, I just think it's amazing. When they do the River of Life, they used to do like really cool things around St. Nick's. So I just think it's amazing.
Yeah, they've got like the big garden not there, haven't they? We used to do like tea
It's
parties in the garden
gorgeous.
with our work.
Yeah, yeah. I used to have tea parties. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, we used to do, like, big events with work though with the, people we supported there, and
Oh,
used to have,
yeah.
like, little fights going on. We've done them. I think they still
Oh,
do
that's
them every now and
lovely.
again, the company I used to work for. But no, I love it.
Oh,
I love it inside. We used to, actually, we used to do a lot of training in there.
yeah,
They have, like, an upstairs, like, an empty floor, and it overlooks into the church, the aisle and all that, and we used
yeah.
to do a lot of training there. It was really, yeah, I love that church.
Oh, no.
That's a shout. No one, it's something that, no one really understands the significance of that church because it's like the
Yeah,
first church when the dockers and the sailors used to come in the old days, and there's a lot of
mm,
naval history around it.
yeah.
You're gonna get me all geeky about St. Nick's now.
Great.
Best ever Scouse TV show?
Bread?
Brett, you've watched. Do you know what, right? That surprised me now. Because I've spoken to you a few times, and a lot of the references and movies and TV shows and even on Toffee TV just go right over your head because you don't watch a lot of movies and that. And the fact that
No.
you just said bread, that you've seen bread,
Sorry. Yeah.
that I'm quite shocked, to be honest.
Funnily enough, I watched it. So my at university we had to study accents, and loads of people wanted to do Scouse. And I asked my mum like, "Oh, what show could I tell people to watch?"
Mhm.
I'm based in Liverpool, and my mum said Bread because it's hilarious. I was like, I've never heard of it. And so then I watched it, like clips of it on YouTube, and I thought it was really funny. So
It's one of the best TV shows. I used to love it growing up and the theme tune and everything.
yeah.
Gotta get up, gotta get out. Love it. Um, yeah, it's generally one of my favorite TV shows of all time.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah, I used to idolize Joey in it when I was growing up
Oh,
because he was
yeah.
like the cool one and always like dead charming and all that. And he
Mm.
used to like drive around as Jag and whatever. I was like, oh, Joey's just so cool. He was like our equivalent to the Fonz. Um, Place in Liverpool that instantly feels like home.
Um, would it be really cringe to say Goodison?
No, because
Like, well, I'd come back to Liverpool during uni, and like any games that they were on at Goodison, I'd always go. I just felt like I'd never been gone, kind of thing. So
are you going tomorrow for the wounds?
I am, yeah. And
Yeah.
I'm going to the Wilmslow there as well.
They're going nowhere.
You know the Wilmslow Hotel?
Yeah, yeah.
It's their last night. It's their like last night open, so they're doing like a party thing.
Oh, cool. But I'd only pop in there because that's where they sell the badges and that. On the way in, the women's sports club are in there normally.
Yeah, yeah. You should go there tomorrow.
Yeah, well, I'll be going with Oliver and that, so we might just pop in on the way
Mm.
in. Spend more time. I'm in work, so I've got to go straight from work. So,
Oh, okay.
most underrated Liverpool area.
I would have said Lark Lane, but I feel like everyone knows about it now.
I don't think that's underrated.
No, I know. So I'm gonna say I feel like I've spoken about it a lot. But our school prom to like run along there on sunny day, it's
Mhm.
actually stunning. So
Do you ever go down when they have like the kite festivals and all that? And
I don't know.
no, I've never seen the kite festivals down there. When
No.
everyone's down there flying kites and all that. It's boss. We used to go down. Like I've been down there a few times for picnics and
Oh, I
taking
have
the.
to go.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
Mm.
Best view in the city.
Oh, I went Sky Bar for the first time the other day.
Where's
I've
that?
seen Sky Bar. It's by is it at Moorfield Station?
Oh yeah.
Right by there. Oh my gosh. And like the view is just unbelievable. It's amazing. You should go.
Is it? It's by St Nick's, isn't it? Or
Ish.
am I thinking of the
Yeah.
other one?
So yeah. Um I don't know if there's another one. I mean, I wouldn't describe it as near St. Nick's. It's a bit of a walk to St. Nick's.
I must be thinking there's another one that's got like where you go to the top of the building and it's got like a bar at the top, but I don't think it's
Right.
called Sky Bar. But
Um yeah, no, it's called Sky Bar, the one I'm on. Are you talking about the panoramic?
possibly yeah.
Yeah. Mm.
Favorite Beatles song?
Blackbird.
Blackbird. That's come twice now. Someone else said Blackbird.
It's a great song.
Do you know what it's about?
I don't know. Are you gonna ruin it now? 'Cause it's
I'm
dead
not.
sad.
It's got a lovely meaning.
Okay. Go on.
It's about a female black singer who was part of the racist abuse in like the 60s and all that.
Mm.
And it's the Beatles singing about blackbirds singing in the dead of night
Yeah.
because she's singing through all the adversity and the hatred and all that kind of stuff. And about
Oh, that's lovely.
I can't remember the words what it was called, but the oppression that black people suffered and the civil rights movement. It's about civil
Yeah.
rights.
Oh, that's lovely. I didn't know.
So it doesn't actually ruin it. It actually gives it a better meaning to the song.
Yeah. Okay. Thank
Yeah.
you.
No, I love Blackbirds. It's one of my favourite Beatles songs, to be fair, and it's like I love when
Mm.
people don't know the meaning of it and explain it because it's like such poignant meaning,
Yeah. Yeah.
even though the birds is actually referring to the Scouse words of a Liverpool girl. So,
Yeah. Mm.
favourite Scouse musician or band that's not the Beatles?
Oh, uh, 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 oh my gosh, Circa Waves.
Who's that? Who is them?
They're a band, and it's like an indie band, and they're really cool. I've watched them live.
Okay, cool. I thought you were going to say Ryan Rooney then.
No,
No.
I do rate him though. He's lovely.
First gig you'd ever went to?
One Direction
One Direction.
with 5 Seconds of Summer as a supporting act.
Okay. Where was
Unreal.
that? Was that in Liverpool or somewhere else?
That was the Etihad.
In the Etihad?
Yeah, wild, isn't it?
What was the first one you went to in Liverpool, do you know?
It was probably one of my dad's gigs. To
Okay.
be
What
fair.
your dad's
Mm.
was he good in a band?
Yeah, he was in a band, but he's constantly in different ones.
Alright, okay.
Yeah.
My, my first gig that I ever went to
Mm.
was Michael Jackson in Aintree.
That's bizarre. That's
He played in
crazy.
Aintree Racecourse, the Bad Tour,
Oh yeah,
in, like, 1984, 5, 6 or whatever, and my
yeah.
dad took me. Yeah, that was,
Oh no way.
yeah, it's proper weird that Michael Jackson plays in Liverpool.
Mm. Yeah, that is crazy.
What's the best gig you've ever seen in Liverpool?
Oh my gosh, I saw in Sefton Park, I saw Tate McRae and it was just amazing.
I don't know what that is.
Okay, that's fine. She sang it doesn't matter, you won't know it, but she's a really cool singer.
What did she sing?
She sings Sports Car and she sings uh Exes and
I might have come across it, I just don't know the name, to be
yeah,
fair.
yeah,
I'll look at
yeah.
it later. Song that instantly reminds you of Liverpool?
This is crazy, but Club Tropicana by Wham. I used to sing it with my dad on karaoke. So
So it's got that. Yeah, well, I mean, if you sung with your dad, that's where it comes from.
yeah.
Famous place for a scran?
Famous in
Favourite,
Liverpool.
favourite, sorry.
A favourite. Oh god, I don't know. Let
Where's your
me
go-to
think.
place to eat?
A favourite. I sound like absolutely useless. I really like Spies Club or Crust on Bold Street. That's a really nice pizza.
Okay, yeah, I think I've been there.
Mm.
Right, these some about match day. What's your match day? Is it match day nerves or match day excitement?
Oh, match day nerves. Definitely, I'm terrified always.
Is that just because it's an Everton now?
Yeah,
Yeah. Early kick-off or night game?
early.
I think I know the answer to this one. Are you a singer or just shouting instructions and abuse?
A mixture of both, to be honest.
I mean, I've been in the match with you and I've seen, yeah, I know you do both, but
Yeah.
it is funny when you start shouting at the referee,
I
though.
get so angry at the referee always. It's actually really bad. Yeah.
It does make me laugh when I think we were at one of the women's games and
Yeah.
you were just going off, and then because I was with Oliver and all that, he kept turning around and apologising. Like, it's no different to what he hears from me. Like, uh, do you believe until the final whistle?
No, not always. I always stay till the final whistle, but I
Yeah.
like against Newcastle, I was just like, we're not getting this back. Like, there's no
Bournemouth,
way.
I got off at the fourth goal. when they scored the fourth, because up to then, I was sitting there thinking we can pull this back,
Mm.
and then they scored the fourth, and I went, right, done. And
I
I stay till the end normally.
I always stay till the end, no matter how bad. But
Yeah.
I know I don't always believe till the final whistle. No.
Do you think now it's getting better? Because we're like, I think like I've watched Everton 30 odd years, 40 years, whatever.
Yeah.
And only now it's like, if we're losing 1-0, I'm still waiting for that last minute goal to equalise or two goals to
Yeah.
win. Where like a couple of years
Yeah.
ago, I'd be like, this is going to lose 1-0. We're not going to pull this back.
Yeah.
But now I feel like more, like even the Aston Villa game last week where we won, I was watching it and then I put a video out about Tortured Toffee having his curse because he keeps saying we're going to lose an away game and then we win.
Yeah.
So I've done this video and it
Yeah.
was like 80th minute and I was putting this video together thinking, am I jinxing this? And I was like, no, we're going to win it. And I
Oh,
put the
that's
video together ready to put it the 90th when the final whistle went to put it out.
yeah.
Because he
Yeah.
came back to me saying, how did you get that done so quick? And I was like, I was
I
sure we
just
were going to
knew.
win.
I just knew. That's funny.
We got to like the 80th minute and I was like, even though they were attacking us and doing whatever, I was like, we're winning this. Screw
Yeah.
them. Yeah, so what's your legacy question? What's the thing you want to leave behind or take from the city?
Um, Something I want to leave behind. Is like, ah, gosh, that's such a really hard question. But it's just like your background doesn't define you. Your appearance doesn't define you. You are what defines you, no matter where you've come from or what other people have said about you. That doesn't have any impact. I get a lot of I'd be in Brighton, I'd get abuse for coming from Liverpool. I'd come to Liverpool, I'd get abuse for not being Liverpool enough. And you can let that define you, or you can just ignore it and carry on with what you're doing. So
Brilliant. Um, and what's your favourite Liverpool word or phrase?
pack it in.
Pack it in.
Yeah,
That's what you use the most to people, is it? Yeah.
yeah. Oh, pack it in. Like I get really annoyed.
Um, that's great. Anything else you want to put out there? What do you want to?
I think that I'm good, you know. I think I'm happy. I think I've said everything relevant that I can do. I don't really have any wisdom to bestow. So yeah.
And everyone can follow you on TikTok and
Yes, my Instagram is Charlotte Northover 18 and my TikTok is Charlotte Northover _.
brilliant. Thanks, Charlotte. Love that.
Thanks so much.
So that's it for this episode. See we Phil. Hope someone you heard stays with you because that's the point we want to make. And thanks everyone for your time. Really matters. See you all soon. Bye.